Hi world. I don't know if I'll actually get to make this video or if the sound of my voice is gonna wake up my baby. Kind of seems like it's waking her up already. 10 seconds in. I've been wanting to record videos and share more of my life for years, honestly. And I've always found excuses why I couldn't. And, things that were in the way, particularly what feels like a block that starts in my throat and goes up in my head, because there's so much I could talk about and share. And when I come on here to record, my mind goes blank. And I know what that actually means is that I have something incredibly powerful and profound and impactful to say. Because if it wasn't, then the mind wouldn't be so afraid to let it happen. But that's what the ego is all about. I believe that what we think of as the devil is actually our ego conditioned mind. It's the mechanism within us that wants to keep us safe. And by doing so, keeps us small and silent and suppressed. It holds us back because it moves from fear instead of radical belief, faith, love. So while I appreciate its intention to keep me alive, it stifles my soul and keeps me from spreading love because it shrinks in fear. And fear is what the devil is. It's what keeps us from connection, from truth, from creativity, and from building a new world. And so this is me showing up, doing God's work, simply by speaking, by existing out loud, not letting the fear win, and not letting the ego's projections, like the need for perfection, keep me from living my best life and from, being here with you, which feels really good. Now I'm in my bedroom, it's dark. You can tell the quality of this video is not like fantastic. I'm in a dark room with a nightlight here and the TV sort of shining a little bit. But I just can't let the excuses keep me from doing what I feel called to do anymore. And so even if it's imperfect, it doesn't meet the standards of the vision that I have, so be it. So be it. Done is better than perfect. Present is better than perfect. And I would much rather create something at all than nothing, because I couldn't get all the conditions exactly the way that my mind thinks they need to be. Because maybe this is perfect. Maybe this lighting, maybe my quiet voice, Maybe the quality of this is exactly what needs to happen. Maybe this is the art. Who's to say that the Mona Lisa is exactly what he had in mind when he started painting? Who's to say that's really what she looked like? Maybe it wasn't his best work. And here we are, hanging it in museums and glorifying it. Maybe our best work isn't what our mind and imagination is coming up with. Maybe it's beyond that. Maybe it's in the mess. You know, the messiest parts of my life have been the most magical. Honestly. I mean, a few examples would be these answered prayers. I left a long-term relationship at the end of 2019, and it was hard. I had to break my own heart to do it, but I knew it had to happen. And I prayed for peace and for space to heal, for time to rebuild the relationship with myself. And lo and behold, less than 6 months later, the whole world shut down in 2020 for the pandemic. And while it was really scary in some ways, it was the most magnificent shift in my life. It was a turning point. It was exactly what I'd asked for. There were no distractions. Truly, I got to practice presence, be with myself, fall in love with myself, the stillness, the slowness, and just bask in the rest. My nervous system got completely reset. But it was messy. I got laid off from my job. I didn't know what was going to happen. And somehow it all pulled through. I was supported and provided for, and got to do the inner work that I'd been yearning for. Another time is having my baby. She was unexpected. Honestly, it was crazy. I left my job in November and found out I was pregnant in December. When I talk about a leap of faith into entrepreneurship, I would not have made that leap had I known that a month later I was going to find out I was having a baby. And from that mess was the most masterpiece of my life, the most beautiful experience throughout my pregnancy and giving birth. And now she's been here for a year, and there is nothing sweeter. But I just showed up. I had to show up for it. I had to do brave things. And that's what I'm doing now. This is a brave thing. And it doesn't feel as scary now that I'm actually doing it. But before I pushed record on this camera, I was like, oh, the lighting and the quality and the, you got your PJs and your glasses on and your retainer in your mouth. Now, who cares? Who cares? Do you care? Because I think what's actually more magical is the energy, my essence, what I'm sharing with you. And I know that whatever you are meant to hear will land straight from here over to you, wherever you are in the world. Because that's what's meant to happen. The magic happens when you show up in the mess. When you stop waiting for it to be perfect, when you stop listening to the ego, when you stop operating from fear, and you start moving in alignment in the direction that your soul is calling you, your heart is pulling you, because it's about love and passion. My voice is my greatest gift. I'm a wordsmith. It oozes. Oh, I'm a Taurus. Taurus rules the throat. My Mercury is at the 29th degree of Taurus. Mercury is the messenger, the communicator, is at the critical final degree of the sign of the throat. If you're into astrology, you'll know what I mean. If not, this sounds foreign language, woo-woo, but I am meant to be the messenger, to speak. And so, of course, my greatest wound lies where my greatest gift is, because the scariest thing in the world is to share your gift, is to be innovative, is to be different. And while we all crave it, we're also quite afraid of what our greatness might bring. What are the consequences of being so big, so much? The ego wants you to be afraid and stay in your comfort zone where it's safe, predictable. Even if it seems like this is predictable, this is chaotic. If you've survived it before, like trauma, for example, if you've lived in a trauma dynamic or a toxic relationship, or, your home has been dysfunctional, if you have survived it over and over again, then your ego says, well, we know how to survive it. We can stay safe here. It's the unknown. It's the unknown that we're afraid of. The mystery. It's the uncharted territory that we don't want to navigate. Nothing new, please. You have to be brave to venture outside of it and do something new or do something different. So here I am, speaking from the heart, just coming on here and sharing, and I will continue to do this even if it's in the dark with a nightlight, or even with the air conditioning coming on and being loud in the background. Or maybe it'll be my baby babbling. Who knows? But I will be doing this more because I feel called to. It's needed, it's necessary. This is me healing, and this is me sharing the medicine. Because I love you and I love me. Oh, I love me. And if I love me, we're all connected. I love you. Okay. Anyways, let this be an answered prayer for us both. Show up in the mess. Trust that the masterpiece is better than what your imagination can create. Let the magic unfold. Let it be imperfect. Done is better than perfect. Present is better than perfect. I'll see you in the next one.